Morning. Oh my god, it's Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. I'm Larissa. It's my video diary. Time has come. Once again, for this fat bitch to drink from skulls. I haven't done a diary in a couple days. Yeah, I started putting them back online again. Why not, right? Why not? Oh my god. Living with chronic pain is, horrendous. Horrendous. And I used to get well, no. I used to withhold judgment. So my mother-in-law, she always said that she has had pain or has pain. I don't know, what her fucking story really is, right? Whether she really has pain or not. I guess there must be some level of pain, right? But she did it to herself, right? The injury that she has. When Omar and I were first married, very first married, before we even left Michigan. So that's like the first 6 months of our marriage. Oh. She called to tell me that she got injured. And I said, oh, well, what happened? And she said, oh, I have so much pain now, blah, 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 blah. I said, what happened? And she admitted to me. She goes, oh, I was cleaning. And she says, I had been drinking. I'm like, oh. She was drunk and she fell off a ladder cleaning and fell and broke a glass table, fell through a glass table. And that's how she messed up her back. And then after that, it just got worse and worse and worse. And then it turned into something. She said, oh, doctor says I have spinal stenosis, whatever the fuck that is, blah, 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 blah. And then it was the methadone and oh my God. And anyway, my injuries are nothing I have done to myself, right? My car accidents, I got hit on the way to work. I got hit coming home from work. I got hit going to school. Right? I was trying to get exercise and was out roller skating and to get exercise. And some person stuck me with a needle. I was out roller skating, trying to get exercise for my fat ass. And some jerk was playing a game. It was a few, it was a group of people. And they were there frequently when I was there, and they would try to hit me, push me over. They were throwing stuff on the floor, and finally I did fall. And that's when I broke my arm. You know, I wouldn't have fallen if people weren't doing that shit. Right? I also have pain in my left hip where they injected me with Lord knows what that time they drugged me and assaulted me at the cotton mill. And I have pain in my back where the muscle tore in the hospital, Dominican hospital, denied me care and abused me, right? And I still don't take opiates, right? And I still don't like fuck with people's lives, right? I keep to myself, and I don't fucking get doped up. Yesterday, so I was feeling pretty good in the morning, and I went grocery shopping, and oh, it's like I have, so much injury or whatever, and then when the barometer changes, right, like when the humidity rolls in, I hurt real bad. So I was in the grocery store, and it like changed really fast. I went from feeling really good to, oh my God, I thought my legs were going to fall off, and I was having trouble walking. And when I got home, it just hurt so goddamn bad. And I forced myself to walk up the hill to give the chickens. I bought these big beets, these giant beets, and it had lots of greens on them. And I know you can eat the greens, but I don't like beet greens. I don't like the way they taste. But I didn't want to just like throw them away, so I took them up to the chickens. I walk up the hill, and it's just like walking through my garden that I haven't been able to work in, and it's just like, oh, you know. And then thinking about like, all the time and effort that I put into that garden, right up there before, and there was somebody that just kept coming over and destroying my garden, right? Cutting my herbs and shit and sawing off baby fruit trees, and cutting the roots of my roses, and it just it's really hard living with chronic pain, right? All that effort, because like when I was doing that work, I still hurt, like it's like now I go up there and it's like, oh, and I see all my messy planting beds and everything, and it's just like, oh, what's the point? Like, if I come up here, would I hurt and push myself if I were to do any of that work? I just know that somebody would come over and fuck it up. It's like there's no point in me doing anything, right? Anything that I work on, anything that I put my energy and time into, somebody comes over and fucking destroys it. Everything in my life is like that. And I'm still not a fucking opiate addict. It's just hard. It's just hard. Yeah. But I went grocery shopping yesterday, so at least that's done, I guess. I gotta get the keys to my new space. And this Friday, so 2 days here, is the event for the piece that I spent all that time and money on again, and then I gotta move. I'm just not looking forward to moving. I'm looking forward to being moved, but I'm not looking forward to moving. Every time, it just, Anyway, and I gotta build that new room at the new space for the piece. Just not looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it like all being done. I'm just not looking forward to doing all this. It's just something that's got to be done, right? reflecting back, we were talking about groceries the other day and thinking back to like when we were living in Santa Rosa and we bought our first house up there. And money was so damn tight. And all of those assholes that I met working at the bookstore who were like around the same age as us, right? Like, people in Santa Rosa lived there that, were from there, whatever, grew up there and still live there or whatever. And they're like, oh my God, how can you afford a house? Blah, 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 blah. And they thought like we were so, like, we had scrimped and saved and like sacrificed so much, right? So we could buy that fucking house. And, you know, we were talking about, when we were talking about groceries, I was like, oh yeah. Because he was like, our budget was so tight. Like we had everything. Like, this is how much you have to spend on this. This is how much you have to spend. It was like, getting allowance kind of thing, for both of us, right? And groceries, the budget was $150 a week for the two of us for groceries. So like right now, when I go shopping like every 2 weeks, and depending on whether or not I need to get vitamins, supplements, herbal supplements, or liquor or cleaning products, right? Those things are all expensive. Like our grocery bill every 2 weeks is somewhere between $460 and $760, right? Yeah. And like, if I had to go back to spending $150 a week on groceries, it would be really hard. Um, we'd be eating very differently. We'd be eating very differently if all I had was $150. But it was tight even then, and it was hard then. And I was gardening out of necessity. We had we had our yard was oh hell, it wasn't that big. It was like 2/3 of an acre, I think, is what we had in our first house. It was 2/3 of an acre. And um I had an apple tree, and I had a raised bed in the back, and I had 3 raised beds on in the side yard next to the apple tree. And then I had in-ground beds around those raised beds, a couple in-ground beds. And the plot in the back, we did tomatoes in. But in those other ones, the 3 raised beds, I was growing vegetables. I was growing cucumbers and lettuces and cabbage and broccoli and eggplant. And I tried doing a watermelon the one time, but something ate the watermelon. Ugh. The plant got one friggin' watermelon on it, and just before it was ready to be picked, something ate it, and I was like, ate half of it, and I was like, so angry, so angry. And then I had herbs. I had herbs in the ground beds around, and like I said, in that apple tree, and I canned the apples. I did all kinds of shit with the tomatoes, but I mean, I also did peas and green beans, and all those lettuces, leaf lettuce. I did a bunch of leaf lettuce, and I'd go out every day, and you know. So like what I was buying at the store, we got a lot of stuff at the farmer's market too. But that was all still part of the $150 that was in the budget, right? But onions and potatoes were what I, basically got at the store, and fruit other than apples, right? Because the apples only came in the fall, and then I made apple butter is what I did with it. Or I made a bunch of pies. I made pie like when we ate them fresh. Um, it's just like, oh my God. I said to Omar last night, I said, the irony always, as it always is, what we have now we needed then, and what we had then would be easier for me to deal with now. Anyway, just talking about the house itself. The house itself and the land that was around it and the garden, right? Be a lot easier. I did that. I did all the yard work myself in Santa Rosa. All of it. Mowed the lawn, trimmed the hedges, did the garden, trimmed all the trim. Well, there were the two big trees in the front. I didn't trim those. We would have needed somebody to come. Well, we did. We had somebody come in, or PG&E had somebody trim one of them because it was on the power lines. But everything in the back, there was an oleander and a willow tree in the backyard, and all of the, like, I took care of all of that. I took care of all of it. Weed whacking and everything. Weed whacking, leaf blowing, bagging. And then I had two big compost barrels. Yeah. I had two big compost barrels, and I took care of those. Yeah. After the first season of that compost, when we dumped it so I could turn it, it was full of potatoes. It was the one bucket was full of potatoes. Oh, look at that! Look at all those potatoes. Grew from the eyes. Yeah, had some volunteer taters. Yeah. Oh my God. It's just like, oh my God. I was like, well, we were a lot younger then. Youth is wasted on the young. No, except that I knew exactly what I was doing. Like, our lives were never. Our lives have always been very, very deliberate and planned and organized and budgeted. You know, we've never had relaxation or comfort or leisure. We've never had leisure. You know. Anyway. This Saturday, I'll start packing shit up. I gotta get boxes. I'll get boxes Saturday morning, I guess. Get boxes. I also gotta pick up a key for my storage unit. Yeah, I gotta do that too. Ugh. Growly, snarly. Feeling growly, snarly. So, continue with the never-ending laundry. The never-ending laundry today. And, see about getting my keys. And, make some dinner. Oh, what am I going to make tonight? What am I going to make tonight? I don't know. I got all kinds of stuff down there now. Probably make a big salad. Yeah, make a big salad. I'm going to make some eggs for breakfast. I'm going to make scrambled eggs for breakfast with some. I made this a few days back. I made a sheet cake. I made yellow cake. I made a yellow cake with chocolate chips. And there's a little bit of that left, and it's getting on the stale side, so I'll kind of like use that and toast it on the griddle, right? And then make the scrambled eggs go with it. Have a little bit of salad or fruit or something with that. And we'll have that for breakfast, and then for dinner, Make a nice salad. Yeah. Make a nice salad and maybe some beans and rice. I got some nice lettuces down there. I got some cute little lettuces. Make a nice salad. Make a nice fresh salad. I got some avocado and some cucumber and radishes and make a nice salad. I made salad last night. We had salad and baked potatoes last night for dinner. Salad and baked potatoes. And the salad was a complete protein because I used sunflower sprouts. And when you get sprouts, sprouts are a complete protein, right? Yeah, they are. Yeah, but I also added sunflower seeds. I like sunflower sprouts. They're good. Sunflower sprouts. It was sunflower sprout salad with tomato and cucumber and green onion and a lemon dressing because I got lots of lemons right now. I do. Still. A lot of lemons. And they need to be at. You know, just distracting myself from like all of the work. Like the next couple weeks are going to just be packing shit up and moving shit. Oh my God. It's going to be awful. It is. I wish I didn't have to move. But the pluses are going to be so much. They're going to be so good. Like cutting costs. Oh my God. The new place is even less than what the place in Saratoga was. So that's going to be so much better. So much better. It's going to take so much stress off of day-to-day life here. You know. Anyway, my fingernails have been getting long. They're getting bendy because that's what they do because they're thin. I want silk on them, but I have to drive far to get it. Anyway. Oh, the news. Yeah, I've been following. Yesterday I watched some live events of congressional hearings and stuff, you know, Senate, Congress, whatever. Oh, I'm tired of hearing about this. I'm tired of hearing about all the student visa bullshit. I don't care. Oh, is there coffee? Coffee. I'll trade you. Let me take one last big chug of this.
All right.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I appreciate it. Thank you. Are you going to go with Daddy? Are you? Or are you going to stay in here with Mommy? You don't have to go with Daddy. You can stay with Mom. Oh, you're going to go? Okay. Yeah. Student visas. I don't care if they revoke all of them. I have got a bunch of feelings about this. So, one thing Rubio said, or one of the things that he said that I agreed with, there were a lot of things I didn't agree with. There are a few things he said that I did agree with, I'd be on board with. He made you decided to come back? You back? You gonna come up here on the bed? Sir? 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 What are you doing? Come on up here. Come on. No? You don't wanna? You don't wanna come up here? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Quit being a wiener. Come up here. Come on. Come on. Ah, there you are. There you are, sir. Thank you. Oh, you had to punch me in the boob? You had to? Thank you for kisses. Oh, you being a good boy? You're such a good boy. Okay. So, one thing he said that I that I agreed with was that college is a privilege, not a right. And Um, I can't even get a college. I couldn't even get a college to respond to my applications for graduate school, right? I'm an American citizen. I'm obviously not stupid, you know? And I couldn't even get any university to acknowledge that I had sent them anything. And oh, I take that back. There was one university that like was hounding me. It was Bastyr. Anyway, but we didn't move up there, so there was no point in pursuing it. So like I don't care, you know, like there needs to be room for American students who are qualified to go and want to go and can go. And also, um, my sister was in graduate school at Hopkins. She had a doctoral fellowship that she ended up giving up after she got her graduate degree because there were two foreign students who, for whatever reason, had singled her out. Plus, there was a professor who didn't like her. Okay, so there are these two students. One was from Russia and one was from Korea, and they sabotaged her lab, her research, numerous times. She finally caught them. Like it was they were actively sabotaging her research. And when she went to the overseeing professor, it was some bitch, the bitch says to my sister, well, you know, if you didn't come in all like hussied up or something. Anybody who knows my sister knows that that is a ridiculous thing to say. My sister has really big tits. It's genetic, right? And she wore makeup. And this professor, you know, didn't like her because she wore this professor told her not to wear makeup. And my sister never wore tons of makeup. It was just like lipstick and mascara or whatever, right? Like, but it's just like that, those two students, they didn't get expelled. They didn't get expelled. But it made everything so hard for my sister that she just decided to give up her doctoral fellowship and just go get a job. And I was angry that she did that. I mean, it wasn't my degree or whatever to worry about, but like, I'm like, why would you let they were males, some Russian dude and some Russian Korean, or excuse me, some male Korean, and I'm like, why would you let two guys do that to you? Two foreign guys at that. Yeah. So I don't fucking care. I don't care if they revoke every goddamn visa, right? Make room for American students who want to go because we exist, right? Ugh. Anyway, yeah, seriously. So there's that. But then I feel like there's been a great dumbing down of American universities as well. So it's like, oh, there's been stories about, oh, Chinese women coming to the United States to go to college. Oh, they're revoking their visas and sending them back to China. And oh, you know, it's like, why do you want to come to school here? Right? After the whole bullshit with Harvard giving Beyonce that fucking honorary degree in women's studies. And when I talked about this last night, that really disgusts me. It really, really disgusts me. That really dumbs down an American university giving that kind of shit out. And especially, and this is what I said to Omar. I said, you know, you want to, colleges have a long history, particularly Ivy Leagues, of giving honorary degrees to people, but they're usually reserved to for people who are in academic world who have done significant work in fields other than what their degree of study is in, right? Like people who have furthered, you know, another field, right? And they give those, right? So they're not meaningless. That was giving her that piece of paper was an insult to all women, right? And if they were going to give an honorary degree to someone, because I'm not saying that the arts, music and art and stuff aren't something you can get a degree in, because obviously I don't think that. I have an art degree, right? But give it to somebody who fucking deserves it, right? Like why didn't they give an honorary degree to Miss Jill Scott? Hmm? In literature or something? Geez, her poetry is beautiful. She just happens to also sing it, right? Like, there's someone who deserves. She writes her own fucking music, right? She doesn't have a production team and a personal trainer helping her to clap ass and sewing her wig in. It just and her music means something, right? Her music means something. It's not, if you liked it, then you should have put a ring on it. Women's studies? Really? Oh my God. What garbage. What fucking garbage. So why do women want to come here to this country and go to our universities when that's what they are. That's what they've become. I told Omar, I said the other day we were at the boardwalk, and there was a young black woman. She was probably between, I said she was, either had just graduated from high school or was, first couple years of college, that age, right? She's wearing a Harvard sweatshirt. And I just looked at her, and I had to stop myself from asking, do you actually go there? Or are you just wearing it because of Beyonce? Right? Because that's so gross. Not for a young woman of any kind, of any walk of life to aspire to go to a university or, an Ivy League university or any kind of university. But for that to be a fashion accessory because of what they did, because of that degree that they gave her. Ugh, just disgusts me. And then on top of that, her and her shit ass husband's uh, uh, collusion with Diddy that hit their. It's all just so gross. It's all just so gross. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Why am I supposed to care about some Turkish girl who gets her visa taken away from her and told to go back to Turkey when I can't even get a university to say, hey, we got your application and no, we don't want you. Right? As an American, I don't care. I don't fucking care. I think it's unfortunate, right? I think it's unfortunate. But, I agree with what Rubio said. Education is a privilege, it's not a right. Higher education. I think primary education is a right. And I think our primary education in this country has been in the shitter for a long time. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think colleges should get any kind of like tax funding. Any tax monies that go to education should go to primary schools and primary schools only, right? Right. That's what I think. Primary schools and maybe vocational programs, right? Mm-hmm. Like electrician and plumber and construction school. Yeah. 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 That's what I think. I don't think colleges, I don't think universities should get any federal funding at all. But whatever. Whatever. Anyway. Anyway, finish my coffee here. Hang out with this guy. Hey, sir. Hey, 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 sir. Hey, sir. Hey, sir. He doesn't like it when I touch his tail. He doesn't like it. I don't know why. Hey, hey, sir. Hang out with him a little bit, make some breakfast, wash my dirt ass, and, you know, get going with my dumb bitch day.